We must be recording. Leah, was it one of your Reiki classes that was like, oh, didn't record that whatsoever? Like, okay, I'll be doing that over again. Yeah. Yes, the replay will be available. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that y'all are here. Oh my gosh, so I had the idea for this for this workshop. It just like came in, and also it's really funny. It's been like morphing ever since I came up with it. And it's so juicy and packed right now that I hope that you guys are hydrated. You hydrated? Did you drink a lot of water? Because I'm gonna be pulling you through portals. Oh, you'll have to listen to the replay, Maria? Do you have to go? I hope you can stay. So yeah, so it has been morphing, it's been changing, it's been getting even juicier. Even this morning, I woke up first thing this morning, it was probably like 5:30 in the morning. I woke up being like, I want to add this to that. And we're gonna do this. And oh my gosh, it's gonna be so fun. And y'all are like, or I just really, really love helping everybody elevate, everybody expand, everybody make room for more. And that's not a surprise because I am a Leo rising. Surprise, surprise. And I have Jupiter on the ascendant. And so I just want everything to be more, bigger. Like, let's do this. You only live once. Like, let's have some fun and bring more joy, more abundance into our lives. And so that's why I wanted to do this. I'm like really excited. And so, what I always like to ask is, where is everybody? Where are you coming from today? The internet is so awesome and amazing. And we're just able to connect so many people from everywhere. And I just love asking, oh, hi, Martha. It's so good to see you. Okay. So, Raleigh, New Jersey, Texas. Love that. Chicago, Charleston, Tacoma. Ooh, the city of destiny. I love that. California. I love this. Everybody is from everywhere. Florida. Yes. Florida. Amazing. Beautiful. So the other thing before we get started, what I really like to ask everyone, if you want to share in the chat, is what made you decide to sign up for this today? Like there was something that made you want to do it, and maybe something you're hoping to experience. And I want to know also, like, why are you here? What made you sign up? And what do you want to experience? What are you like looking forward to most experiencing tonight? I always like to know that because then if there's anything I can touch on that I hadn't planned on touching on, I can weave it in. So Taylor says, I'm preparing for a big shift in my life, personal and business. Okay, perfect. This is all about the self-concept. I've had a lot of positive changes in my life lately, personally and professionally. I want to keep the momentum going with good energy. That, I love anything and everything you put out. Aaliyah, I love you. Amanda, watching your video when you announced it, you were so excited and I could just feel your energy and it made me want to join. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I love that. I have just retired and I'm working entrepreneurially now. Yes. Love that. Good, good, good. I'm shifting my business and my ancestors told me to be here. We don't play. You have to listen. You gotta listen to your ancestors. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. Well, let's get into it. Yeah, so like I said, I really love helping people expand, anchor into who they really are, anchor into their soul's purpose, because that essentially is how you create a life that you love. And I'm all about creation. You can create the life that you love. You can manifest, you can create anything. And anything I can do to help you with that, I'm serving my purpose, right? Like we all have purposes. I'm a healer. And I'm also like a way shower. Like it has been made abundantly clear to me throughout my life that I'm one of the people that's supposed to go first and to do it and show you what's possible. And yes, you can do this. And what just kept coming up and kept coming up and kept coming up, and it's been like months that this has been coming up for me to share, is the whole like, I want to say the whole concept of self-concept and how much that shapes your reality and how much that has an impact on how you're manifesting. I love manifestation, and I don't. I've been like pushing away that, like, oh yeah, I teach manifestation, like, but Aaliyah knows, like, since 2021, I put it in all my classes. Like, I sneakily put it in all my classes. I just don't say it. I'm like, you're taking Reiki level 1. Meanwhile, there's like a whole thing on manifestation in there. Like, one of my friends was like, what is this? Why are you teaching manifestation? I'm like, I'm not a manifestation coach. I'm not manifestation babe. And she's like, okay. So I've just decided to embrace it, right? So we're embracing who we are. And also what's coming in very clear right now is that, we have this one life, we have one life to live. We have our gifts that we are here to share. We have our blessings that we're here to share. And spirit is experiencing everything through us, creator, that higher power is experiencing everything through us. And so we have these gifts and talents naturally to put it out there. And what we do with that, that's our gift to spirit. And so that has really helped me like really embrace some of the things that I've kind of been, oh no, I'm not an astrologer. Oh no, I'm not a manifestation person. But if it comes natural and easy and I love talking about it, then my gift to spirit is doing that work. That's where that phrase, I feel like, oh, they're doing God's work. Like that's where that comes from, you know? So I'm going to go on a tangent. If I don't, you guys know I have my notes. I gotta lock in. Okay. So here we go. So, so I was talking about self-concept and being the foundation of manifestation and money. And it's because self-concept is 100% the idea that you have of yourself. Who are you? Who do you think and believe you are? Because that's a program. That is 1,000% a program that you're running. And you are going to run your whole life from that viewpoint. And this is why, especially when we have children, this is just also coming in real quickly um, to say we have to be so incredibly careful how we speak to them, because how we speak to them molds so much of their own self-concept. My mother brought me up and told me my whole life growing up, you can be and do anything you want, Vanessa. I'd ask questions about why is society like this? I didn't say society because I didn't know what that meant, but I would say, why is it like this? And she said, why is it, what's it? Why is what like what? And I basically described society. Like I have to go to school to get a job, to make money, to live. I'm sorry, wait. I have to wait. I'm doing this now, like going to school when I could be outside playing to buy a house 20 years from now. Is that what I'm hearing? And she was like, that's what you're hearing. And I'm like, I don't like that. And she goes, you know what? You don't have to. This is what we were born into, but you can do anything you want. And I believed her, and when she told me I was talented at certain things and, things, I believed it. I fully believed it. And that's how I started to live my life. And so what do you think your self-concept is right now? I would love it if you had a journal. I think I put that in the list of things to bring today, hopefully. But how do you see yourself right now? How do you really truly see yourself? Are you a risk taker? Do you take risks? Do you listen to spirit? What are your main attributes? Uh, Maybe pop a word into the chat. I really want to know. How do you see yourself? I know a way that I've always seen myself as brave. I will go first. I'll raise my hand. I'll ask the question. I don't care if I sound dumb because I want to know the answer. I will move to Florida on a whim and sell all my shit and move where I don't know anybody because spirit told me to do it. And so I'm just going to be brave and I'm going to do it because what's the worst that's going to happen? Really, honestly. Right? Ooh, Amanda, independent, beautiful. And so with this, I like a safe home base job, but open to expanding. Caitlin, a hot fucking mess, but resilient AF and very intuitive. I like what you did there. I like what you did there.
My
Brit,
life kind of like one mess after the other, after the other, after the other, but I always like rebuild and I always like bounce back. But yeah, I'm a hot mess.
horrible. And resilient. Yes,
And very resilient and very intuitive and very successful. And like on the surface, I have my shit together. And on the inside, it's like,
cool. We're working with it today. I can't wait. I can't wait for this journey that I'm going to pull you through today. It's going to be so amazing. And Martha saying brave. Aaliyah, I'm an Aries, so I feel that I go first. I don't mind going first. I'm a spark. I spread seeds of insight and then I'm off. I'm not here to nurture. I'm here to light fires. Yes, girl. Yes. And so this identity, it determines our life because it determines what we allow. It determines like our boundaries and it determines what we're going to go for, right? Because if I don't think I'm good enough for XYZ, then more than likely I'm not even going to try. And so what we want to do is build a really beautiful self-concept. We want to build like a great foundation for ourselves so that we can come forward. And this is going to start to bleed into I'm going to give you there's so many examples I have of doing the thing that I'm about to talk about in my life. So I'll give you one. But it's the difference between how you've been seeing yourself versus who you really are. And what I want to tap into today is who you really are. And we're going to be letting go of some things and anchoring into who you really are. Okay? And so we're in this also we're talking about wealth, we're talking about abundance. So who have you been when it comes to wealth? This is just a quick journaling question. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Maybe one word comes to mind. Maybe a feeling comes to mind. Let yourself feel it and then write it down. Who have I been being when it comes to wealth and abundance? And we're going to go through an identity shift. And I'm going to give you an example as you're writing that of what that means. So I went through my Saturn return back in 2008. Everything looked different all of a sudden. And I was like, oh my God, I'm an adult. Who let that happen? Number one, why? What's going on? When you have your Saturn return, you start to feel more serious about life and like where you're going and how you're going to do things. And you're an adult now and you have to like provide for yourself and all these things. Right at that time was when I found yoga, I found energy work, and I went through my Reiki teacher's training, or I went through Reiki training in general. And I did that for 2 years, 2.5 years. At the end of it, when I got my teaching certificate, I could not wait to teach. I couldn't wait to teach. And I had one foot in this identity and one foot in the new identity, right? And so I had already said to the spa owner that I worked for at the time that I wanted to teach all the therapists their Reiki so we could put it on the menu at our spa. Because she was like, oh yeah, we can't put Reiki on the menu. You're the only one that does it. I go, well, can I teach everybody? Because I'm learning right now. I'm learning how to be a teacher. And she was like, you go do that and then come back and we'll talk about it. And I was like, okay. So I went and did it and came back and I'm like, I'm a teacher now. And she was like, okay, great. Do you want me to put a flyer up in the back and you can start teaching classes? And I was like, oh shit, I'm like doing this now. Like I'm like doing it. Okay. And I distinctly remember that I did like a little like ritual where I was like, no, this is who the fuck I am. This is who I am. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. I have full classes and I just decided that day that that's who I was and I just did it. And that summer at the spa, I probably taught like 50 freaking people and attuned 50 people just that first summer. Now I've been doing this for 13 years now. So I've attuned hundreds of people because I made the assumption that I am a Reiki teacher. I am a badass Reiki teacher. I'm going to teach anybody who wants to learn, anybody who wants to listen to Reiki, anybody who will listen. I'm going to teach this too. Because I know and see the change and the shift that happens in your life after you do this. It's insane. Everyone should experience this. And I was like, it was amazing. And so I just stepped into her. I just decided to become her. That's self-concept. Okay, that's an example of self-concept. What you want to do is feel inside. Who are you really? Who are you really? Are you an astrologer and you keep, no, that's for other people, not for me, because it's a little bit how I felt when I very first started needing to teach. I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be as good as my teacher? But other people do this too. Doesn't matter. There's no such thing as competition. I will die on that hill. There's no such thing as competition. I worked at a spa with 8 other estheticians and I was booked solid all the time. There's no such thing as competition because people want you, for your magnetism, for your energy, for your frequency. Nobody can take that from you ever. So decide who you are, decide who you want to be. And this is the part where like, we're just like, fuck it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna take a beat to look at the chat here. So rebirth of being a leader. I've been working on I am worthy. Yes. And this is the part where you just, it sounds too easy. I realize that it does. It sounds too easy, but when you just decide that this is who you are, just make every decision from that standpoint, because that's what I did. I am a Reiki teacher, so I made a really awesome flyer and I was ready. I did everything the way I would want it if I went to a Reiki class. I had snacks, I had water, I made all their books, like everything. People got little goodie bags, like that's how I would want to that's the class I would want to walk into, so that's how I did it. Okay. Wealth that expands others in a greater capacity and use it to create more passion projects. Yes. Caitlin says my Saturn return was wild. I nearly checked myself into a loony bin. It can be pretty intense. Saturn going over my moon did that to me. Like, it's wild. It's nuts. Okay. So who have I been being when it comes to wealth? That was the prompt here. And what we're doing today with this journey and with this release and with this energy work is we're going to be dropping some old patterns and old ideas of who we maybe were pigeonholed to be. I keep hearing that word too, pigeonholed. It's easy for you to feel like other people have pigeonholed you into something, you know? So everything becomes different with this identity shift. And no matter if you're doing affirmations or rituals or magic or whatever it is that you're doing, you will never be able to hold more than you believe that you are. And that's why I'm so passionate about this. Because you can do energy work and smooth things over for a little bit. It's just like, oh my gosh, they're so funny. So, I'm clairvoyant, so they show me things. So it's just like going to the doctor, finding out that you need to change the way that you eat. You need to eat healthier because of this, that, and the other. You have to then actually make those changes. Or like getting a facial, I used to do facials. So I clean somebody's skin out and then they have to go home and continue to do that, you know? So, oh, sorry, guys. You can't hold more than you believe that you are. If you want to embody your new self, then you have to let go of the old parts of you that can't come with you. I had to drop everything that said I couldn't teach or was nervous all of a sudden about teaching. Okay, so that's what today is. It's a ceremony of death and rebirth. Okay. Artists inspire people to have hope. Love that. Okay, so I'm going to ask you one more thing before we get started. I'm starting to sweat because I'm getting so excited right now. We're about to do the ceremony or the journal or the I'm looking at journaling prompt. Have you guys been sharing? I don't know if I asked you to do this yet. Yeah. So if you want to share a word about who have I been being when it comes to wealth, what did you end up writing down? Did anything surprise you that you noticed or that came up? Because I know most of the time when I get a journaling prompt, something pops into my head right away. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was under the surface. And the reason why I'm asking you is because I kind of want you to have this in the back of your mind as what you're going to release right now. Okay, so feel free to share that in the chat. Nice. Don't doubt it's arriving. Love that. Martha, I've been being insecure emotionally. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Frugal, then splurgy, and fuck it attitude. Yes. Yes. I feel like that's like that feast famine situation. I've been impulsive and someone who is stressed over debt. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing, y'all. And they're even saying, like, getting it out this way. This is healing too. Anytime I get ahead, something comes up that makes me fall behind again. That's the feast famine cycle. Yep. Spot on. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So now I have even a really great idea of some extra energy work that's going to be added in. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay. This is so wonderful. Okay, so self-concept isn't just a mindset, it's your inner architecture. It's who you come to believe you are, and it silently dictates what you allow yourself to receive. Just let that sink in. I'm probably gonna send y'all like my notes too, because there's so much that came in that I put on here that I didn't want to like not say, you know. Um, if your self-concept is I have to struggle for money, I'm too much, I always get overlooked, then you will unconsciously block anything that contradicts that. Not because you're broken, but because you're coded to protect your identity. And it just blew my mind that summer. No, this is who I am, and I'm super successful. And I made so much money that summer. It was stupid. It was so good. Um, D. I want to make sure that I don't forget anything, any nuggets here. Okay, I'm so excited. So I want you to get into a space where you can like get comfortable or somewhat comfortable. If you're sitting, you can sit in a chair, that's totally fine. Maybe have your feet on the floor. And I would recommend having your palms face up, maybe on your thighs. Somewhere that you can kind of like lean back is fine. If you want to lay down, if you want to recline, all of that is totally fine. And for this, I am going to put in my headphones here really quick, only because when I start to channel and I'm doing like a journey, sometimes my voice gets softer, and I want to make sure that y'all can hear me. And of course, as always, I'm going to be sharing my music with you. So let me get that going for us. I'm so excited. Okay, so make sure you have your journal nearby for afterwards. The music's going to be a little bit low at first, so get just a touch louder. Just take a couple nice deep breaths. And I just want you to really arrive here. Feel yourself in your body. Feel yourself in your space, wherever you're at. It's the year of the snake. And today we're going to do a molting ceremony. The molting ceremony is completely inspired by the snake, who, by the way, goes blind before it sheds its skin. And that blindness, it's not weakness, it's transformation. And the snake doesn't fight the blur. It doesn't try to see with eyes that are covered in its old skin. It lets itself go blind because it trusts that the new self will see everything differently. And this is what you're going to do right now. We're not just here to see the future clearly. You're here to become the version of you that's finally ready to see it and become them. So if you've been feeling confused lately, things have felt murky or unclear, like you're not sure what's next, this isn't a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's just the blinding before the shed. What's coming next is clarity that you've never had before, because it's coming from a new you. With your eyes closed, bring your awareness to your body. Start to begin to allow yourself to soften and relax. Bring your awareness to your feet, letting the soles of your feet, your toes, your ankles relax and soften. Let your calves release, your knees and your thighs. Allowing all of those muscles to soften and relax. Now feeling your legs heavy. Then bringing your awareness up and into your pelvis, allowing your root to relax. Let your lower belly and your lower back relax. And let all of the muscles, the systems, and the organs within your lower belly to soften as if you're exhaling. And moving up and bringing your awareness to your abdomen. You can let your abdomen relax. The sides of your body and around to the middle of your back. Let all of the muscles, the systems, and the organs within your abdomen soften as if they're exhaling. Moving up past the solar plexus, feeling into your ribs and letting your ribs relax so much that they almost feel like they're falling and moving away from each other. Allowing that relaxing sensation to move through your chest and up towards your shoulders. Letting the relaxation to move over the tops of your shoulders, across your shoulder blades, down your upper back, and finally let it cascade down your whole back. Relaxed and soft. And let every single vertebrae relax, creating space between each one. And then just allowing all of the muscles, the systems, and the organs within the chest to soften as if they're exhaling. Release the muscles in the upper arms, elbows, the forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers, and your fingertips. Let your neck release and your throat. Let your jaw relax so much that it creates a little space between your teeth. Let your mouth release, your cheeks, your temples, and your ears. Let the little muscles around your eyes relax, your brows, space between your brows and your forehead, all soft. Let your scalp release, as well as the back of your head and the back of your neck. Now, with your physical body completely relaxed, you're going to move into the energy body, going on a journey. It is both deeply transformative and deeply healing. So right now, I want you to imagine that you're standing at the edge of a path. The air is thick, humid, and ancient, full of an energy that you can't quite name. The path is winding through a wild, sacred forest. And you know in your bones, this is the place of becoming. Take it in with all of your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? You've been walking through life wearing a skin that's too small, carrying old identities, outdated frequencies, money stories, and roles that you never even chose. And this path, it's taking you straight to the moment where all of that falls away. As you step onto the path, notice the feel of the earth beneath your feet. Every step forward is a step away from the version of you who couldn't hold it all. The version of you who hustled, hoped, and hid. The version of you who said, maybe next time. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'm not enough. But you kept going. You're here now. The deeper you walk, the quieter it gets. You can still hear the birds, but the wind is softening. There's something sacred ahead. And then you arrive. It's a small clearing in the forest, and in the center is a smooth stone altar glowing faintly. This is the temple of shedding. It's the space and place between versions, the liminal zone, where all false layers fall away. And you're not alone here. Someone steps out from the shadows. It's a guide, a sacred being cloaked in light, with the ancient gaze of someone who has molted many times. They nod at you with zero judgment, only reverence, because they know it's coming and they've been waiting here for you. They lead you to the altar and you kneel, placing your hands on the stone. And immediately you feel it, the weight of the old skin. All the versions of you that got you here, the exhausted one, the struggling one, the invisible one, the self who dimmed their light, the self who overgave, the self who believed they had to wait. You feel it tightening around you like a snake, the you who's grown too much to stay inside. Now the guide places a hand on your back, and with that, the shedding begins. See your skin crack, not with pain, but with release. Pieces of old, outdated identity are falling away from your chest, from your shoulders, from your hands, your throat. All the fear, all the scarcity, anything out of alignment, anything untrue, all of it unzipping and falling to the forest floor. Breathe, let go. Trust that your new self is already underneath. As you continue to molt and prepare yourself to receive, receiving energy work, receiving codes that clear out old frequencies, remove overlays of unworthiness, and anchor in radiant, future coded light. Just be open and allow. Last layer drops, you rise, naked, new, and powerful, raw, and radiant. Your body is light coated, golden, luminous. You are no longer made of struggle. You are no longer coded to protect your lack. You are built to receive. The guide steps forward now and hands you something. It might be a symbol, a color, a word, a frequency. Whatever it is, it belongs to the future version of you. Receive it. You turn and begin to walk back down the path. You're not the same. You're no longer walking as the one who came here. You're walking as the one who's been reborn through this transformation. Allow these words to vibrate in your body and in your aura. I release the version of me who could not hold it. I honor them. I thank them. And now I lead as the self who is ready to receive it all. Breathe it in. Feel the new code that you just received settle into your cells. This is your new self. Walk with them. Taking a deep breath, continue down the path, walking through the forest. What looks different? What do you notice? Continue walking until you find yourself coming to the edge of the forest and about to walk out and into the sunlight. Find a spot to sit. And just breathe for a few minutes here, anchoring in. Now that you shed the old skin, let's collapse timelines. Let's anchor into the self who already exists in your wealthiest timeline. Now see yourself, your true self, you who is walking the earth 5, 10, 15 years from now. How do they walk? How do they breathe? How do they receive? What is their life like? Feel into all of the emotions that they're feeling right now. And you can do this. I'm here with you. You're going to pull their energy back through time and into the now. Connect with their energy. See it, feel it, know their energy is moving back and into you. Feel yourself filling with their energy, their frequency. Feel the elevation happening in your body. Let it integrate. And in that place and space outside the forest where you sat down, feel into the new frequencies and vibrations that you're feeling. This is your new normal. Come back here to this space whenever you want and reconnect with all of these feelings, with all of these emotions. Just plug right back in. Taking a big deep breath. Do you feel that? The shift, that expansion. It wasn't just a guided meditation. Deep energy work, deep healing, deep codes. You just collapse timelines. That's how you do it. You just activated a part of yourself. And you didn't just imagine something, you remembered it. You remembered it. You remembered it. And whether it came in clear or whether it came in quiet, you just received one of the first wealth codes. The molting self-concept. It's the origin code. the one that poises you to change everything. So taking a deep breath in and all the way out. Start to bring awareness back to your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Stretching as your body needs to stretch. Maybe rolling your wrists, maybe rolling your shoulders, rolling your neck, stretching as your body needs to stretch. As you start to make your way back, slowly when you're ready, you can open your eyes, starting to make your way back to the room or whatever space you're in. And you can go ahead and take your journal, write down everything you experienced before it flits away, as it sometimes does. And so we'll just hold space for a few minutes, allowing you to reconnect with what the experience was for you. As you are doing that and writing down your experience, I'll say these out loud, but I'm also just going to put in the chat a couple of journal prompts for you. What version of me did I shed today? What did my guide give me? What does my new skin feel like? What am I now making space for? You can take your time, but if there is anything that you felt or experienced that you'd like to share, you're more than welcome to come off mute or to share in the chat. And sharing is always encouraged, but never like mandatory. You don't have to. Wow, Amanda, you went so deep. She said I totally blacked out. I remember nothing. But you know what's so interesting about that is that you still were hearing me because you heard me. Probably when I started to say, okay, take a deep breath, start to come back. I love this because it's very, very much like hypnosis. You go into a different brainwave, and especially the theta brainwave when you're like between asleep and awake or you're just gone. That's when that's when you heal. That's when you take in these new energies, and that's why I move through that full body relaxation every time I do energy work. Because the more relaxed you are, the less resistance you have to all of this, to releasing, to receiving, and that really is one of the main things that you need to master when you're creating, when you're manifesting, is relaxation. You got to be unbothered, and I've decided also unhinged equals manifestation. The day that I received the wealth codes, the day that that channel came in, they told me to rest that day. It was such it was such a test to my faith and my trust in spirit. They asked me to rest, and I did. And if I hadn't rested that day, I would not have received it. So rest equals receiving. Believe that. Believe that. Caitlin says, I felt so heavy at the beginning and so light by the end. Beautiful.
I can share.
Absolutely.
So I did feel super heavy at the very beginning. And I felt like as the skin was being shed, like I kept having to like kind of like I was hearing distractions and I was like, Spirit, help them clear those distractions. They're being loud. And then but I was also like crying at the same time because it was just telling my old self like goodbye and fully release
Mm-hmm.
this. These are especially when you said like these are old codes, drop it to the floor. I just went, bam, like big thud and it just kind of like sent this wave. And then like now like I'm feeling and it's just like I heard kind of when you said like the wealthiest of timeline, but I heard like you're the keeper of keys and they gave me like extra keys for other people's like destiny to like unlock. So they're like, use this great discernment and to be wise. And then you're like, go to a corner and sit down or something like that. That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
Have a seat.
Yeah, that's it. I remember that. Like sit in a corner, sit down. And I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I love that. I love that, especially with what you do, you know, the key.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Taylor. Thank you. Ooh, does anybody else feel called? Share anything in their experience?
I don't know if
Okay.
this is like insignificant or significant, but at the beginning when I was like walking into the forest, okay, I'm walking into the forest. And then when you were like, okay, turn around and walk out, I was actually like walking towards a cliff where there's water that I was kind of like unaware of before. So I don't know if that means anything or if it, or if it's just the way my mind works. But I kind of interpreted it as like a total, just unexpected and like new horizon.
Yeah. That was gonna be my next question is what did you feel and think when you saw the cliff? And that's the answer. So you just
Just
said
like
it.
yeah, I just felt like
Yeah.
so drawn to it. But you know how I am with water anyway. I'm like super drawn to water. And so I guess it's like not that surprising in hindsight, but I wasn't expecting it like in the moment, and I was just drawn to it. And when you're like sit and make yourself comfortable, I just sat at the edge of that cliff and
Hmm.
kind of took that energy in.
So you know what I love about that is, well, number one, as soon as you said it, I thought of the Fool card in tarot. The Fool card is zero. It's the new beginning. It's a brand new beginning. And what the Fool is doing is having complete faith, and he's walking off a cliff, knowing that he's going to be supported. And so it's interesting to me is that you saw water, I'm assuming at the bottom of the cliff, and you're comfortable and love water. And of course, it's the bottom of the cliff because it's going to catch you. You saw it, wanted to go in that direction. It's kind of like the lure, here, just come off the cliff and come into the water. So this sounds like a new beginning. It sounds like something new is starting inside of you. And that's exactly what we want, right? This is new energy, new frequency. I love that. It's super powerful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else? The floor is yours.
I also ended up somewhere kind of unexpected. As
Ooh.
you're guiding us through the woods, like the first guide I met was sort of like a Legolas type person, and they just kind of tapped at me and being like, "This isn't where you're really going." And then I was like, "Why is everything gray and like kind of blue and red?" And it was like I was going into a conch shell and like wound up
Ooh.
more on a beach. And then my guide was like almost like a siren, but not a siren that would actually have to like kill pirates because she wouldn't need to. Like she was very like regal and like when I used to tell myself to stay above like the stress of life, I'd always say stay above the fray. And she had a very clear message like you need to be like way above this kind of BS and like handed me these two like little stone tablets. I guess they were supposed to be keys or something, but it was just a different, totally different energy. But it was just sort of like this noble woman, like confident, like I don't know. It was interesting. I was like, why am I in a conch shell? I need to figure that one out. Still see the forest. But
Oh my
I don't
gosh. Oh, that's lovely. I love that. I
Vanessa,
love
this
also
might not have anything to do with anything, but like seriously, whenever I do a meditation, which I call like my inner pool, like going to my inner pool and like just trying to get in touch with my deeper self, my grandparents always, 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 always meet me there, and I'm always in a conch shell. I'm always I always start on a beach and I find this like giant conch shell and I walk into it and it's always lined with my grandmother always had these like certain type of necklaces with beads and the conch shell is always lined with those beads and then I get to the bottom and I don't know if that's I don't obviously I don't know her and I'm not like connected to
but
her
I did feel
Oh,
like some
you
type of
are.
answer. I didn't know,
but
but
like for me like being in the conch shell just to me is like being it that's like my my grandparents who are all deceased, like wanting to talk to me and wanting to, I don't know, reassure me or comfort me or
Yeah,
whatever.
I felt like there like the code was like in that spiral before you get to come out of that hole like kind of situation, but it did feel like a ancestor I just maybe have never been aware of. But that's very cool.
My grandmother used to come to me like way before I was aware that she would come to me. Like it took someone else to be like, she's like comes to you all the time. And then I kind of figured it out. But so I don't know.
I
Maybe you're
love
not,
that.
maybe you're not listening enough. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's a spot to go to listen and to hear. It sounds
It's
like a place
it's
you can
somewhere
go
I go
to.
whenever I'm like deeply troubled. It's somewhere I go
Yep.
to
I was
that
just
into
gonna
that conch shell. Like
I was gonna say that, and I don't think it's a coincidence that you got brought into a conch shell and then Caitlin has this to share. Because in the moment that we're all together in this space receiving energy work, like we're all connected. We're all connected anyway, but we're in this circle connected. So it's common to have like a same theme come up with stories. So you guys definitely need to connect for sure. I'll connect you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Yay. So Aaliyah, do you want to come off mute?
Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting. So my shadow self was like my guide there, like the dark feminine, and she was there, and she told me that I was like snake daughter or the daughter of snake, and then like I turned into a snake. And then like my skin was like, shedding and I was shedding. And as I was shedding, like these wings started to like appear. But I was like watching myself, but it was also happening to me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it was like two part like point of views,
Yeah.
And as that was happening, I saw the wings come out and I was like asking my guide, I was like, what is a snake with wings? Like, what is that? And I was like, oh my God, it's a dragon. It's a dragon.
Oh my God, I thought that right when you started talking, right when you said the daughter of Snake, I was like, that's a dragon. I don't
Oh my God. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. Like, yes,
like
yes.
recap real quick why that's so great with the
Oh,
dragon.
well, oh, I don't know. Well, with my
Well,
dragon,
yeah,
my,
your dragon, yeah, with Reiki.
my Reiki dragon. Yeah. So, my Reiki dragon is my guide that I received when, we were working together. And as that happened, I was like, oh my God, like I'm my Reiki dragon. Like it's
Yeah.
one and the same. That's me. That's, like I was like, oh my God, we're all one in the same. Like I was just always thinking my Reiki guide was like on the outside, like,
Mm-hmm.
other, but it was me. Like that transformation,
Yes.
like, yeah, I don't know. I went somewhere like deep. And then
Yes. Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Martha.
So I've been, so what happened, it was confirmation for me. I
Mm.
did this past Sunday, I did a workshop in the goddess community about abundance and about experiencing abundance. And the other two master classes that I've done this year that I want to continue with are called Ancestral Ties and Past Lives. And today, it's around being connected to both the imaginative part of you and the genealogical or DNA part of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt as though this was the second time today that I got confirmation on that as my path. Um, because I also had a client call me to do one-to-one work in that area with me. So, yeah, so it just has felt like this is a big opening for me.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love that. Confirmation. Thank you so much for sharing. How exciting.
Thank you.
I love that. Oh, yay. So beautiful. Let's see. Anybody else have anything to share or put in the chat? Oh, Taylor's saying that she saw keys too, Sarah. Nice. Oh my goodness. We'll definitely go over these little journal prompts. I'm trying to see if I had anything else to share with you from the journey. Oh, yes. Oh, Mariah says, I saw a dragon too. Been kind of feverish today, so maybe that's part of the energy releasing. Wow. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love when there's these overlaps with people. It happens like so often. It happens so often. All right. Oh, here's a good question. I had a couple more questions for you. What what does your future self know? What does your new self-concept self know that you haven't already been living? What is something that they know and are living that you're not yet, that you are going to adopt? So that's one question. And the other one that I really love, what will I no longer tolerate now that I've molted? What is a hard no? What's a hard pass? What's a hard boundary now that you have that you're like, I'm not doing this anymore? Because that version of myself, she doesn't do that, or they don't do that, right? Sandra is saying the only thing I recall is seeing turquoise and gold and receiving a book in the same colors when we were leaving the forest. Wow. Yeah, write it down. And sometimes this is a good time also for me to mention, sometimes things come back to you later, like randomly, like before you go to bed or when you wake up. What I saw was that I am a $1 million boss babe who uses wealth to support social justice and the arts. Love that. We must keep doing art. Oh my gosh, yes, and supporting the social justice. Like, and it is, when you are wealthy, you just, it doesn't change who you are. You get to be more who you are and use that wealth for the things that are important to you and to help build up others and ultimately raise the vibration, of the planet and everyone. Yeah. And so I'm so, so happy to share this with you. I have a gift. My gift is being an open channel, being a healer, and being connected to the Akashic naturally, being able to receive codes. When Saturn was um, transiting my moon, it was a really, really difficult time. And it was a time where I found in talking to my guides every day, because I needed them every day. They said, Vanessa, you have codes for everything, whatever it is. because the wealth codes were the first thing that I ever channeled from them. And that was back in 2021. As I said, you can ask for anything. It's like a apothecary, a code apothecary. And the codes go into that deeper work, that more cellular DNA shifting type work. We are changing programming with codes. It's healing, but on a different level. And so all of that is to say is that if this stirred something inside of you, if you really felt a difference, if you really feel like activated by this, well, then I'm starting the wealth codes for the first time. And I don't know if I put this out there last year. Last year was a really hard year. So I'm going to be starting the wealth codes June 24th, and you're invited. I am so, I just heard wicked excited. I never say that. That was definitely one of my guides. I am so excited. It's going to be 8 weeks. And let's be real. I mean, Aaliyah can attest. I'm like, yeah, it's 8 weeks. And then we get close to 8 weeks, and I'm like, I don't want to stop. How about we do another week? And then the next week comes, and I'm like, how about we do it? So I'll say it's 8 weeks right now, but you never know. It could change. And there's something really special and exciting about this version of it, because as I said, it came out in 2021 for the first time, but it has evolved since then. There's different kinds of support in there now. There's going to be energy work for you, recorded sessions for you to go to when you're feeling some kind of way, because these codes are not gentle. They're they're going to shift shit. And so there's energy work, there's somatic exercises, there's breath work to help you through these big, big shifts in changing your programming around wealth. And so I'm going to put the link here right into the chat for you to look at it. And you all are receiving the early pricing for it. And any one of you who signs up tonight, because in the pay plan, you can sign up for as little as $81 today. We're going to do anybody who signs up today at any point is going to get a deep dive astrology reading with me. I have to put it's deep dive into Jupiter, the Jupiter in your chart. We are going to look at what Jupiter is doing. It is the planet of wealth, abundance, luck, joy. Listen, if you ever feel like crap on any given day, go to your chart, find Jupiter, and that's the thing you should focus on. That's what you should do. You want to know what's really funny? I have Jupiter in the first house on the ascendant. I think I mentioned that earlier, which is such a Jupiter on the ascendant thing to do in the first place. But it's in the house of the self. Jupiter is in my first house. That's me. I have to take care of me. I have to move right into self-care. That can look like a lot of different things. I need to go get a manicure and a pedicure. Maybe that's what it is. But maybe it's take a nap, because that's the thing that's going to support me the most in that moment. And so we are going to dive into Jupiter, dive into that planet of abundance and expansion. And we'll look at all the money houses. We'll look at how you manifest. You want to know how I manifest? And I'm actually a little irritated about it. I'm not going to lie. It's so annoying. It's like kind of embarrassing. Because listen, I'm a triple Aquarius, and part of me just wants to share all the knowledge and nobody look at me. Just don't. I'm just going to share the knowledge. And then my Leo rising is like, with Jupiter is like, start swinging your clothes over your head, and get up on the table and start dancing, like, and I'm like, no, that's horrible. But the way that I manifest is by talking about my gifts and talents and how I can like help you. Why am I like, no, I don't know. It's so weird. I have to talk about how I'm a healer. I have to talk about how this is so potent. That's how I create abundance in my world. So, yay. Aaliyah says Jupiter in Aries and Jupiter in the 11th house. Oh, community. Being a leader in community. You need to just start a circle. Or something. You need to start some kind of group. Be a leader. And we can get into all of that. Yeah, don't be shy, girl. I try. I try. I try. Jupiter 29 degrees Aquarius. And your midheaven is 0 degrees Pisces. Ooh, she has Jupiter on the MC. Rad. And 29 degrees Aquarius, 29 degrees is an anaretic degree. So she has mastered Aquarius, mastered it. And now she's moving into Pisces, which is so on point for what you're doing, Martha. You're starting to slip into Pisces with that Jupiter and expanding into the psychic realm, into all things spirit, spiritual, and magical. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Well, I am so excited. I would love to know, even if you just want to drop, if you want to say yes, or if you want to drop an emoji, if the wealth codes is something that you're interested in. I'm so, so excited. We can always talk more about it um, through an alignment call or a chat, anything you like, anything that you want to talk about. I totally revamped all the information on my site, and I'm so excited about it because I did all these videos. Um, Aaliyah, you've always been interested since 2021. Girl, now is the time. And we can chat about all the things to help you be able to do it. You can go through it. It's a group experience too. So very much like this. We're all together in this. We're all together, experiencing it together and like being able to share our experience after each code that you receive. And there is one last thing that I wanted to share that is really, really special about this version of the codes. So, you know that I made an announcement that me and Avon are moving and we're going to Mexico. And so I timed this so that we start the 24th. And then you'll notice if you look on the site, you'll see like what days and times all of our calls are. There's like a 2-week break. And the first week break is going to be the week of July 20th. So we won't have a call. We'll have like an integration week. And right now it says the next week is going to be, that one is a little bit TBD, but there is going to be one more break in there. And what I'm going to do, because I'm in Mexico, I'm like, so I like can't. Me and Avon are going to be visiting sacred sites, and we're going to be doing a little side project that I will tell you about. But I'm going to go to Chichen Itza, and I'm going to channel for y'all something to experience during that integration week at that sacred site specifically. I'm Mexican, I'm Indigenous Mexican. And so going back to Mexico is it's just calling me. My ancestors are helping me with this shift. I was walking down the street the other day. I posted this, but I don't know. In case you didn't see it, a coyote walked with me on the grass for like, and then it went ahead of me because it was walking a heck of a lot faster than I was. But I was like stunned. I was like, I stopped walking. I was like, are you kidding me right now? It crossed over my path and then went like across the street. And I was like, this is absolutely insane. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's like my great grandpa. Like, and so I'm really, 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 really excited to go back there, sit on that land and channel for the wealth codes. Like, so there's going to be a video in there of me getting whatever I get while I'm there. We'll see. We'll see what comes through. And I'm just over the moon excited about it. Yay! Oh my gosh. Yeah, so like I said, anybody who signs up today, of course there's the pay in full option on there. There's the I'll even let me put this in there too. I'm going to put the pay plan link right here so it's super easy to grab. But you can pay over the course of time. You can start just with $81 today. And then I will see that you signed up. I'll get an email. And then I will send you the link to book your Jupiter deep dive. And we can get into it. Because ever since the beginning of receiving this, it's made it very clear it's astrology is attached to it. So I really like talking about astrology during the wealth codes and encouraging you to look at your chart. And so I really felt in my heart that a deep dive into your chart would really be helpful for you starting this journey. You're going to have a lot more insight to the things, to the energies that are prone. And I love, I'm so happy that Martha brought up generational stuff because I will look at that. We'll look at generational ties in your birth chart to wealth and abundance. So, what have you kind of been programmed to? If you know it and you can see it, you can change it. Please try again. So, yes. Yay. Taylor, you're in? Just checked out? Yeah. Let's celebrate Taylor. You're the first one. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I'm
so
so
I told
excited.
you I was in, but I was like, now I have another Zoom call. But yes, I love you. Thank you so much.
Yay, you're so welcome.
I'm in the
Oh my
list.
gosh.
Let's go.
I'm so excited. Yay, Taylor.
Thank you.
I'll send you the link for the Jupiter reading.
Okay.
Yay. Oh, you have to go. Okay. Bye. Bye. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, I'm back looking at the chat. Yes. Okay, so Sarah's saying yes, that I've had your into it, but it feels more soul aligned now. Yay. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I hope you sign up. Let me know if you do. Fabulous. Ilana, did you have something? You came off mute. I just wanted to see, do you have something to share? Maybe? By into, I meant intro. Yes. Oh, you're in too. Sarah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Typos are a
Yay.
talent for me, but yes.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Yay. Oh, I can't even tell y'all how excited I am. You know, I get so excited. Yay. All right, I will also send you the link for the Jupiter reading. Sweet. Oh, okay, Ella. Your mute was on accident. I'm looking at the codes. I'll check it out tonight. Awesome. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you don't and you end up checking out, like I said, I'll see it and I'll send you the link for the reading. Perfect. All right. Okay, well, that's what I have for you. I'm so excited. Is there an option to book a call with you? Yes, absolutely. Let me grab that for you, Martha, real quick. I should actually have it just here. I do, and I can grab it for you. Now, my I will tell you my days. See if this works. Click on that and see if it works. I don't know why it looks weird to me right now. Um, I feel like that link doesn't usually look like that. I like clicked somewhere else to get it. Yeah, I don't know why it's showing up like that here. Look at a different one.
When I go to that link, it's saying that there are no times available on the dates there.
Okay,
I
so
don't
it
know.
is working, but okay, that's what I was just about to say. So yeah, it's a little wonky right now because I'm traveling. So I'm just going to give you, just going to give you my phone number. And you can feel free to text me. Because yeah, I was just going to say that I'm in the process of moving, and so we're traveling a little bit. So I didn't open my schedule just in case there was going to be a conflict. But if we're able to chat about it, I actually have time tomorrow. It's just not open, if that makes sense. So if you want to just text me and we can set up a time that works, no problem. But yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you can look at my calendar, but I'm pretty sure I blocked out a lot of time just in case. I know a little bit more now what I'm doing tomorrow and the next day and things like that. So we can find something. Does that work for you, Martha?
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks.
Perfect. And if you want, you can also um, private message me on here, your phone number, and I'll put it in my phone so that I know it's you.
Great. I'm not sure
Yay.
how to do private message on
So
the
you just go into you go over the chat and it says to meeting group chat and you click on the little arrow and you can pick a name.
right.
And so you would just pick my name. That way I'm the only one that sees it. And then you can send the chat just to me. It's so funny and cute because sometimes we'll be in like group classes and stuff like that. And I see like two people laughing. And I know they're messaging each other, chuckling about something. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
you're so welcome. I'm so looking forward to talking to you.
Okay, good night.
Good night." Oh my gosh, thank y'all for coming. This was so super fun. Um, as always, let me know if you have questions and please keep me updated as to how you're feeling. I always want to know how you're feeling. DM me wherever, Instagram, Facebook. If you have a crazy story to share that happens a couple days after this, I love it. Please let me know. Please share. Um, yeah. You have an awful headache and you're freezing, go drink some water. Drink lots and lots and lots of water. And I also just got magnesium. So if you have some magnesium, take some magnesium. That just came through. I'm not a doctor. It just came through. All right, loves. Anything else? Does anybody have anything else? Okay, good. Yeah, use that. Use that. And yeah. Okay, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'll talk with y'all soon. Good night. Bye.
Good night. Thank
Good
you.
night. Bye.